mad at me. I need to go downstairs and grab my microphone. I apologize. I need to go get my microphone. And it's probably overwhelming me. I'll be right back. If you're wondering where I am, I had to go get my microphone. Sorry, I gotta get the mic set up. I thought I was all ready to go here, and then I started talking, and I saw the mic's levels going off the charts. So hold tight, I'm gonna update my microphone. The dangers of going live. Actually, I was just watching someone else's live stream, and that's why I was so delayed. If you guys know, you'll see there's a Comma AI thing that I have. So Comma AI is this startup, a company out in San Diego that makes aftermarket self-driving vehicle add-on for some vehicles. They had a good live stream going on where they're checking out a new car. It was very interesting. Okay, let's see if this. I'm gonna go plug this in. So give me 1 second. Let's see what happens here. All right, you might have heard a loud click. I apologize for your ears in advance. We're mic'd up. Now you can hear me probably a lot better. All right, sorry about that. I apologize for getting a little late there. So as usual, if you're checking out this live stream is all about data transparency. So I just do all of the data live time. The idea behind that is that you can see me test this mask. So if there's any questions about how I tested or what the data looked like or all the things that will happen, or maybe in the future someone comes and wants to know how I did this test, all of this will be available to them. So as usual, I have the TSI 8026 to my right. That's an aerosol generator. We got a 16% mass by mass, so 8 grams of salt in 50 milligrams of water, or 8 milligrams of salt in 50 milligrams of water. It's for a 16% mass by mass sodium chloride. That gives us roughly a 64 nanometer, although I will be getting some new data on that shortly, because I'm not entirely convinced that nanoscan data was perfect, so I'll, as part of this data improvement, I'll be doing that. But I'm going to be taking a break from mass testing after this one for a little while, because I'm burned out. So we got a few masks today to do today. Oh, I forgot the damn one downstairs. Dang it. I'm really unprepared. Can you tell I'm a little burned out? I'm a little frazzled. It's been a long week. I got the Draeger Explorer 1750. This one is a mask that was part of the emergency stockpile that got donated, that got sent to all the pharmacies, and people were asking about it. So I contacted Draeger. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it, and they had sent me a bunch of them. But I have another one that I need to grab downstairs. I need to grab the cup masks that they sent. They also sent a bunch of other masks and some elastomerics, but I'm not going to really do elastomerics. But they'd sent them just to check it out, which was nice of them. I'm not familiar with the ZYB11 N95. There's actually a lot of N95s that I haven't tested. There's too many masks. And then beyond the Draeger, which I will run downstairs and grab, we got the MaskC boat-style mask. They claim it's a Kf94, but it's not, because their test data is GB2626. Not surprising. We got some masks that are given out to the Washington, D.C. area. So these were a handout to the Washington, D.C. We'll test 2 of these from the Washington, D.C. free mask handout. And we have my personal favorite, because I got a lot of questions about this one, and kids' masks are always on the top of my mind, because they're the ones that probably need to wear them the most. Really young kids. So I had ordered these masks from Brookwood Medical. So they make a Kf94 mask that they have Kf94. It has Korean writing on it. Interestingly enough, the certificate for this mask, it says it's tested to GB2626S2019 by a brand that we've tested, I believe, in the past, the Anhui Environmental Protection Technology Company Limited. They also sell these with a lot of great shapes, like Hello Kitty, which I'm sure they didn't license, and a bunch of other things that told me that the KF94s that they were selling were definitely not KF94s, because there's no way you're going to get a license for Hello Kitty and stuff like that. Like and they have like, I think they have like Mickey Mouse and all these, like, no way you got licensing branding on that happening. So we'll test them out. They're pretty dang thin. We'll see how they hold up. I mean, maybe they're good. They feel easy to breathe in, and I'm doubtful that they're definitely not KF94. So they already lied to you there. They're, you know, KF94s get tested to a different standard than KN95s. So let's see what else we got. So we got that. We got that. We got these guys, and then we got some KF94s that we're gonna test today. A mask I haven't had a chance to test, but we're gonna test today. So we're going to test the Good Manner. A lot of people have asked about the Good Manner in the past. We'll just stack it in here. Although I'm not convinced. I don't know where exactly these came from. I was going to ask the individual that purchased them. I think they purchased them from G Market. The only thing that was weird about the Good Manner mask, and I hope it's legit, I guess we'll find out today, is that there was no lot printing on the back, which I thought was strange, because typically KF94s always have lot printing on the back. We got the O2 wear, which has lot printing on the back. A lot of ID information. All Guard. Filtricin, which we already tested. The Filtricin. We've tested that before. And I tested the Heel Mate, but we'll just test them while we're here tonight. And then the one that was kind of interesting is Product Lab makes a colored shape colored mask now too. It's someone's. Oh, I got to take that JS test subject data out of there. Oh, my light just flickered. I don't know what that's about. Anyways, so we'll test those. JS test subject was a friend who was gonna get some mask, and he came over, and I had this set up that day to do a different experiment, an unrelated experiment, and he wanted to come check out some masks. I said, hey, I got the lab set up. Let's fit you, because I was interested. He has a beard. He has about a half-inch beard, and maybe a little longer than that. And I was kind of curious. I said, hey, will you let me test some masks on you? So we tested those masks to see how well they work, and right away, what was interesting is that the N95 you get about 95%. And I got like 99.3 or 99.4 with that mask, which indicates, like, do not, like, beards. Beards are bad. So it's kind of surprising. And then we kind of played a game, so I had him pick out what mask he thought fit him the best, and then we kind of measured that for based on the best mask and the worst mask. Well, it turned out basically all the KN95s and KF94s performed pretty much the same, and I think that his statement was that they just couldn't get a tight seal, and I think it's to the beard. Then we tested the surgical mask that he came with on the way over, which surprisingly fit his face pretty well, and then we tested with the lutein. And what we found is that surgical mask was about 59%. Then we kind of got up into like the mid 70s with that, and then even the N95 that was actually pretty well fitting only got up to in the mid 90s. So he would have failed a leak test on that for sure. So it highlights, like, beards, yeah. They're no good. So I saved that data, and I'll move that to a different spreadsheet because he said he's gonna shave his beard. So then he's gonna come back, and we're gonna repeat that experiment when he has a shaved beard, and it'll just give us a nice little test point there. Okay. You need a tight seal on a gas mask. So let me go run and grab quickly the last other mask that they need to grab. So I'm going to go do that real quick, and I'll be right back. So I don't have to leave the lab later anytime. And I'm going to grab a drink of water. So I apologize. I'll be right back. Back. Grab myself a drink of water. I was gonna have a beer, but if I drink a beer, I'll get too sleepy. Plus, I shouldn't do it on the job, right? This is basically my job. You guys probably can't hear me. Let me put this back on. I said I grabbed a glass of water. I was going to grab a beer, but I can't drink on the job. All right. Got to keep this professional. Too many people have paid attention to this data set. Oh, and the last mask we'll test is the Flo Mask. They sent me their a first sample of their adult mask. He'd asked if I would take a look at it and give him some feedback, and I said, well, I want to test it. And you know the rules of my testing. It's going to happen on a live stream, so we'll check that out. I think the most interesting mask is the Draeger. It's super breathable. I didn't think for a bifold I had really low expectations for it. For those that are eagle eyes, will notice that this was already on my sheet. I had a media organization in my lab, and I tested that, just a quick test just to show them how it works for their pictures. So we'll have to see that. So let's see. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, mask mandates are going away. I don't agree with it. I mean, actually, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like there's so many things we could do to make this better. I don't think we should be wearing masks. I think we should fix buildings. It's easily done. We could put air purifiers in places and improve our ventilation and use CO2 monitoring. Like, we don't need masks. There are other ways to do that. We'd still probably need masks in some situations, but in general, I think we could make workplaces in a lot of places a lot safer. And that's what we should do. We shouldn't rely on masks alone. But I can't wave my magic wand. I'm trying to find where is my Waldex? There it is. There it is. I got a pile of masks here off screen. You can't see it. Okay. So as usual, we do always have a fun little game because the graph is up in the upper left. That's the raw counts coming out of the CPC. There's also a 5 and 10 second average. So I got my filter module, or the HEPA module is really an ULPA module on there. So we're getting 0 counts. So I'm 0 checking my system. I'm going to disconnect the tube and then watch the counts spike up. We'll see what the baseline is today in the lab. Lab today is at around, well, that's good in the lab today. Only about 1,300 particles per cc in here today. Nice clean day outside. That's good. So that's our baseline 1,300. Then I'm going to let that stabilize for a second. So we do have a good 0 count. We have a concentration. That's our background level. I'm going to kick on the generator here. You're going to hear it to the right. It's going to spray out some sodium chloride particles. We're going to watch that concentration spike up. We'll stop at around 15,000 particles per cc. Then we'll do our control mass. I'll do the Moldex N100 control. 8210, that's getting stretched out, and the ever fun Air Queen non-rated mask to get around 90%. Then we'll move into testing some of these masks, and we'll try to finish up in a couple hours, and then I'm going to go to bed. And then it'll probably be my last live stream for a while. I'm going to take a break from mask testing. Both people are less interested in it, which is good and bad. And mostly I'm burned out. I've been doing this and media interviews and a full-time job and a lot of other stuff, and I'm just tired. So I need to take a break for a little while. And I feel like I've covered enough of the space. I will, there's one request that people have had from me, which is to do a top picks video, and I'll try to do that. It'll probably be one of the things I wrap up. Now, I did say this last March. Like, oh, we're all done with this in March. It turned out not to be right, but maybe I'll get another break for a while. I will do either a spreadsheet or a video of my top N95s. I've been waiting to do that because I feel like it's not fair to do my top pick. Oh, my fan's not on, sorry. To do my top picks if you can't buy them. So if I said the 3M V-Flex 9105 is my favorite mask, but you can't buy it, is that really that much of a help to you? So we'll test it, and plus it's a good reminder if I put my picks out too early without having tested a bunch of N95s, or at least heard feedback from other people, I feel like maybe I would miss out on some. So I think I'll have a pretty good feel for it. There's still a few N95s I haven't checked out, like the BYD. I didn't get to. I just couldn't get them in time. The AOK tool, AOK. I guess maybe that is how it's pronounced. AOK. Maybe that's a good name for the AOK tooling with the soft seal inside. I was trying to get some of those in medium. I'm gonna, order a project N95, and then the shipping cost is kind of high, so I was like, we're gonna order from that. It's kind of spendy. Should I wait? And then I just waited too long, and I'm now running out of time. So. It is what it is. And so I'm going to turn that off. We should be at concentration now. Okay, so yep, 17,000. Let it stabilize. So that's kind of how that all ended up. So I'll, yeah. So there's going to be a few N95s that I didn't get to. The only reason I was interested in the AOK tooling is that they have the extra large, which is kind of rare. But so I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would love to test every mask in the world, but I'm kind of tired of it, of testing masks. I need a break. So we'll finish it up. But you know, the important thing about a good data set is that you have lots of stuff, lots of good data. So I got my probes over there ready to go. I think we'll get started here in a few minutes. Yeah, I mean, that's good that they're going to put CO2 monitoring in. So if you know, at least they're trying. So Logan Brook had said my company's removing mask mandates. I asked about ventilation and CO2. They said they will buy 4 CO2 monitors and that they change HVAC filters required. Yeah, the filter change is good. I mean, I don't. At the end of the day, I'm not. Yeah, I think dilution's probably enough, but we'll find out. So, but at least they're doing it right. I mean, that's the change that we're starting to finally see what should have happened a year ago. All right, so I'm going to move my friend's data here, and I need it. Although I called them KS on one, and these are just some quick checks. So I'm just going to grab this, and where am I going to put this? Where should I put this? I don't want to share my screen yet. Okay, so we got to do this. I got to stop sharing this for a second. Sorry. I have to be careful not to show things that y'all can't see. All right, let me just quickly place this in another Google Drive for the moment being. If you're paying close attention, you'll notice that I do now have licensing information on the data set, something I've been meaning to do. Not because I actually care about that at all. It's actually people are asking like, well, can I use the data for this and can I use the data? I was like, use it for whatever you want. And then they're like, well, it'd be better if you actually gave us explicit permission via the licensing about how we can use it. And I said, oh, you know, that actually kind of makes sense. Okay, so I just pasted that data there. All right, so I pasted my friend's data there. I'll add a column here so I get the date in there. What was the date? When was that yesterday? So it was 2/17. Okay. I'll clear out my data set there. Actually, I could let's save those lines there. All right, and I got to do some filter or pressure drop measurements still too, so expect to see that tonight as well. I don't do that live because it's not that interesting. All right, concentration stabilized. Let me turn back on the screen. All right. So yeah, you'll see this Creative Commons stuff here. Basically, you can use what you like. You can do whatever you want with it. Just don't make money off my data. That's all I'm asking. I didn't make money off it. You don't get to make money off it either. Nobody gets to make any money off it. You just get to save lives and have fun and test masks and be nerds. All right. All right, so we'll start off today with the Moldex N100 control. Concentration, 1.950 e to the 4. The other mask I was meaning to get is actually some Moldex Airwaves. But I don't like Moldex. I don't like I guess I should try them before I knock them. But I'm not a fan of this style of mask. It's not very comfortable. All right, they're called 3.442 particles. So you gotta love your N100 99.88. 99.98. Yeah, great mask. All right, we'll let that stabilize for 20 seconds, and then we'll take the upstream concentration. Stabilize here. All right, 1.848 e to the 4. So there we go. All right, next up was our 3M, 8210. Also, anyone who's watching tonight is for surely a mask nerd. It's Friday night. Hanging out with me. I'm a mask nerd because I'm in here finishing these last tests so I can be done with this and I could put all this in the basement and leave it there for a little while. 95. That is a NIOSH at 95. I like to sometimes write NIOSH at 95. I don't know exactly why. Technically, as one. Oops, good typo there. It's white. It's head strap. And it's 1.905 e to the 4. All right, let's rock this thing up. Yeah, it's funny is that I noticed the headband's getting looser and looser. All right, stabilizer around 112.1. All right. Let those stabilize. Someone asked, is a specific reason N95s use headbands? Yes, N95s have, so the N95 standard is kind of weird in that the N95 standard, I keep blocking this fan. The N95 standard has it does not have a requirement in the NIOSH standard, but OSHA requires a face fit factor of you can tell I'm tired, a fit factor of 100 on their masks, which is a very tight face seal, which represents 1% leakage. And so to get that, you have to have a headband strap. So basically, N95, NIOSH doesn't require it, but OSHA requires it for the fit factor. So effectively, all of the masks have to meet that requirement. So then they're only going to be headbands, et cetera, et cetera. So that's kind of how that works out. It's kind of weird. I don't even pretend to understand all of how the 1.611 e to the 4, how all the, oops, I've got a comma there, how all the NIOSH regulations work, to be honest with you. Like there's some weirdness around N95s. I was talking to another OG mask nerd. There's an OG mask nerd. I won't name the person who it is. I was talking to them. They're very intelligent and really, in my opinion, they are the OG mask nerd. They're not well known. I think maybe by choice. They're retired, so. But there's all these weird mechanisms for how so this is the Air Queen Nano Control. It's a non-rated mask. Sorry, I'm just distracting myself. About how NIOSH does their bivariate panel assessments for some masks, and that I assumed that the bivariate panel was a requirement of mask manufacturers. It turns out it is not. There's a different requirement, but yeah, it was a surprise to me. I didn't know that. But that's why they're the OG mask nerd. I'm just a up-and-coming mask nerd who hopefully will not be involved with masks much longer. I'd like to be done with this. The message seems to be getting out there. We're going to call it their 1.464. When I went out, I was at the Mall of America. I live in Minneapolis, so I went down to the Mall of America with my son to go and ride some of the indoor rides at Camp, or I was going to say Camp Snoopy, that's the old name, Nickelodeon Studio. And there was about only 30% of the people wearing masks. But of the 30% of people wearing masks, everyone was wearing a good mask, right? I saw some surgical masks, but at least they were like well-fitting surgical masks. Like they tried to fit them well. And they're always the black surgical mask. And then I saw a lot of KN95s, a few KF94s, quite a few actually, more than I expected. I saw a couple 3M masks as well. So those that were wearing masks were wearing good masks. Color is 1684. It's jumping around a little bit, but I had a little bit of trouble getting on a seal. I don't know if I have a little bit of hair right here, or this mask is just getting finally worn out after wearing it for too many times. It's an OG. Someone had mentioned that we are leaving immunocompromised people and people with health conditions we're throwing them under the bus, and I agree. We've abandoned a lot of things in this country. Yeah, but it's the world over. Look what's happening in Denmark. It's like we're all vaccinated. Yeah, good. You did a good job with the vaccinations in Denmark. I'm proud of you for that. But God, if you couldn't be vaccinated and everyone's getting it, it's just not the way to do it. I'm not sure what exactly the way is to deal with Omicron, to be honest with you. I think the answer is, do what we do, which is wear masks, ventilate, get through the winter time, because that's when this is a problem. It's just like flu now; it spreads in the winter time, and then we could go back to 1.442 e to the 4, 88.48. So a little off on that one, but everything else looking pretty good. It's usually 89, so 88.41 is like, and it's slowly drifting down. I did plot the data. It is slowly, every time, just slowly drifting down on average. So I'm guessing that you have to be careful reusing the same mask. But I've used it consistently for 2 years, so we'll go from there. All right, let's bust out the first new mask for tonight. Concentration's still up. We're going to go ahead right away to the mask that I think is the most interesting of the night. This is the Draeger Explorer 1750. Now, I was curious as to why a German mask company was included in the U.S. national stockpile. I think the U.S. national stockpile is supposed to be all American-made masks. Draeger, and I can't do the umlauts over the A, so it's Draeger Explorer. 1750. So this mask is a German company made in the U.S. I didn't know that. So a U.S.-made mask. So it's kind of interesting. And at first I was like, great, another bifold. I made a judgment about the mask. I thought I wouldn't like it. It's really breathable for a bifold. Very breathable. So we'll test it out here and see how it stacks up. But that's the key thing. Safi says I rarely see cloth masks on people anymore, and yeah, I agree. It's good. I mean, it's good. We should have moved away from cloth masks a long time ago. That's been my argument for a while. What's going on with my flow here? It's just bouncing off the top there. It's stabilized now. Let's see. Stephen Hicks says of the mask users here, I usually see 50% in cloth, 50% in cloth, 15% in surgicals, 10% in Kf94s, and the rest N95s, or I think he meant to write KN95s. But yeah, Steven's from Chicago area. RM says I see 55% surgical, 15% KN95, KF94, and 10% wearing N95s and 20% unmasked. Well, you know, yeah, understand. Everyone's got different. All right, we're gonna let this stabilize here. Concentration is just I gotta fix the CPC probably. The flow's kind of jumping around a little bit. We'll let it stabilize here. It's 0.49. Now it's stabilized, so we'll just let it sit here for 20 seconds. There it goes. All right, we'll get the Explorer going here. 1.086 e to the 4. All right, let's go ahead and don the mask. Now, my only complaint is the head straps are not very tight on this mask. They are not very tight. They are nice straps. I wish they had like a little adjuster on them or something, but they're not very tight. What I can say is the breathability is really good. And the filtration efficiency is really good too. Wow. Okay, so this is actually a really damn good mask. I didn't think it was that nice, but it is actually quite nice. Nice mask. All right, we stabilized 2908. Wow. Really? The mask is really breathable too. I am super impressed with this. It's really breathable. The inside is soft. It's almost like puffy, so it has like a little bit more structure to it. It's really actually a good mask. I think that Draeger did a good job there. So if you see this in your stockpile, I would grab a few. If you fit kind of Powcom KN95s and B&X KN95s, because it's like the weird shape. So it's normally I talk about the mask being this way. We have taper and then hook. This is like the opposite. It's hook then taper. So it's hook then taper. So it kind of fits. I fit Powcom's pretty good, and I fit usually like B&X is pretty good. So it's very similar to that. Wow, and its breathability is really good. Really, really excellent breathability. So The Germans did it right. Although it's a US-made mask, so good job, Draeger. Really proud of you on that one, guys. I'm not going to test the valve mask that they sent me today, but they did send a valve mask as well. Only because, you know, I think, okay, so, you know, the data, I'm not sure the data is really that great, but, you know, it is what it is. The point that was people had made based on the data was that the surgical mask, you know, with the valved mask that had, you know, in terms of source control, were equivalent to surgical mask, which, okay, that's better than cloth mask, that's for sure. But when did surgical mask become our de facto standard for what we should expect? When we talk about better masks, we talk about masks that work better for both inhalation control and source control. So, like, why should surgical masks be our baseline? So, I feel like if we're wearing better masks, we should wear better masks for others and ourselves. But, so, I'm not going to test the valve mask. So we'll test the unvalved version, which is what I think we should be wearing. So I'm going to inject a little bit of my own personal opinion there. Actually, this entire channel is my personal opinion, but all right. So we'll test the Draeger Explorer 1350, size medium large. They actually sent me a smalls too, but I'm not going to test those because I don't think they don't fit me. While are we doing concentration? I'm going to turn the generator on. Yes, good call in the misspell of Draeger. I forgot. Nope, it's DR umlaut AGER. There's no E in it. I just, at least that's what's printed on the mask. Maybe they have a typo. There's Draeger. Explorer 1350. All right, well, that goes up for a little bit. I have to run and grab my elastomeric base, fix the mask. I thought I had it in here too. I'm all over the place. Can you tell I'm tired and need to go to bed? I'll be right back. All right, let the generator kick up. I'm gonna turn it off. Drink a glass of water. Let it stabilize. Oh, it spiked it. I'll have to close it. What's next on our list of fun masks? After we do the Draeger Town, let's do these DC masks. I only got one of each, so I actually have to be a little careful with these. So we'll wait that concentration to stabilize for a second. Get the DC mask prepped. Hope everyone's having a nice Friday night. I don't think there's any storms rolling through the right now, so it should be pretty nice weather for everybody. Alright, so we're going to do the first one. It's this ever ubiquitous Kn95 generic style. If anyone's been watching the news, there's a rumor that, well, not really a rumor, I mean, they said Biden administration is going to hand out kids masks. I'm pretty excited to see what that's going to be. I hope they hand out good stuff. Though I wish that they would make sure that they hand out appropriate sizes, because the problem with kids masks, like adult masks, is that everyone has different faces and they all need a different mask that fits them well. Alright, so one Kn95 properly ported. I only had one of each, so I'll set that over there. And then we have this version. I like to just mark roughly where my mouth is on the mask. You guys can't see it, it's out of shot, but I am looking in the mirror to see roughly where my mouth is, and then I can mark the mask and probe it and rock this all the way here. There we go. There we go. Make sure I got nothing tucked in. We're good there. Needs to get tightened up just a little bit more. Beautiful. All right, those are ready to go next. All right. Ooh, looks like we're nice and stabilized. 2.034 e to the 4. Oh, what the heck? It has a little adjustment nub on it here. Can't get it to seal my cheek. Alright. I'm going to close this and I'll bring it back up for y'all. Just because it's getting so out of range that it doesn't look as good on the plots. I just drag it over like that. Yeah, I'm getting a leak. It's right here, maybe? Or here, let's see. Yeah, it's right at the nose wire. Alright, we'll do it as worn and then I'll seal it. It's just leaking right here. It's actually probably a little big for me. Maybe I am a small. I might be a small. I'll mark on here medium large. Oh, I forgot to record the upstream concentration. What is wrong with me? Alright, well, let's just take it off. I'll take a look at the mask for a second, see if I can find out kind of what's going on there. Okay, so it's got foam. It's got this kind of puffy seal. I don't know where I'm losing my seal at, though. I don't see anything. It must just be the nose. My complaint is that the nose wire is like a big honking piece of aluminum wire. I don't know how I feel about the aluminum wire. It's not like aluminum metal. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Alright, 2.022 e to the 4. We'll try this again. 2.022 e to the 4. Alright, so the nose wire I think is leaking on me. It just doesn't fit my face very well. Yeah, it's like right here. All right, called it 1376. Oops, 13, let's do 1376 there. All right. So I get about 93%, which is interesting because it's not, it must be leaking like right here. I can feel it kind of cool, but I think the nose foam is kind of not letting me feel the normal jet of air. So we'll do it again here. I really feel like my Mask Labs, but they seem so flimsy. I've tested quite a few of them. They're actually quite good. Yeah, but they're definitely, the thinner the mask, that's kind of that's the whole shtick, right? The thinner the mask, let's get this concentration here, the more breathable it is. 2.049 e to the 4, and it feels more breathable too. It seems to trap less. I don't know. It's just, maybe it's psychological. Let's do it again here. 2.048 e to the 4. Okay, so this time I'm going to hold the nose. I just don't think the mask fits me. I'm just going to hold it. Oh, they're 95.55. So 99.53. So the mask is good. I just can't get it to seal in my face very well. So let's do that same line. Oops. Let's just copy, paste, plus, and I'll say 30mm held the face. It's a Nano Kf94 cup mask. Cup, held the face, white, it's head strap. Concentration is 2.086 e to the 4. Dude, this my flow is kind of getting jacked up here. What's going on? Let me just turn my pump off for a second. Flow's kind of drifting up here. As long as it's stable, it doesn't really matter, but we'll let it stabilize here for a second and see what happens. If it keeps drifting up, I'll have to stop and fix it. I need to see if there's some condensation in the tube, or if I flood it a little bit. It might be flooded a little bit. Let's see the tube inside of there. See anything. Yeah, I won't be able to fix it now, so we'll just let it, we'll see what happens here. Oops, no, let's turn the flashlight off. It's stabilized, so it's just not what I exactly want to see. All right, let's move on. Since we use the same device for upstream and downstream, it doesn't really matter, but I like to keep it within spec. It's just bouncing outside of the spec range. It's supposed to be 0.5, and it's sitting at 0.6 now. 0.6 centimeters cubed per second, which is the little flow. All right, what do we want to see next? Okay, we're going to do these the Washington, D.C. masks here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if maybe fix that. Now it's up to 0.65. What's going on here? Uh-oh, I might have to pause my live stream to fix my machine. Yeah, no, it's going up still. I don't know what's going on here. We're going to have to take the cover off. Let's see, what am I going to do here? You guys can't, let's come along. You can come along for the ride while I pop the cover on my CBC. Let's disconnect the USB. You guys can come chill over here for a second. I do live stream not for the enjoyment factor because the enjoyment factor. Oh, you can't hear me, but I don't do it for the enjoyment factor. I do it just so I can live stream everything, so you can see the whole. We're gonna pop the cover off and see what's going on here. What the heck? Now, of course, I open the door and the flow returns to normal. So we'll just take a look here and see what's going pop the cover off. So what happens when you have 25-year-old instruments? You got to work on them. So I apologize. Okay, so flow's back to normal. I'm looking for any flooding internal to the tubing, which I don't see. Everything looks pretty dang good. My guess is that this guy. Okay, well, it flows back to normal, so I'm not sure what was going on there. It was creeping up and creeping up, so maybe there was some fluid in the line, or something's going on. I guess we'll just have to see. We'll put the cover back on, and we'll pick up where we left off. Not sure what's going on there. Mr. CPC, I need you to last just a little bit longer here. Alright, excellent. Doesn't have to last forever, just long enough. Son of a gun. All right, my friends. Let me fix everything up here again. Jump over to OBS Studio. All right, we're back. Mic check. I think we're good there. Okay, yep. Audio levels look okay. Flow is back at 0.49, which is right on perfect on the money. So I don't know what's going on there. Let's just check our concentration here on the plot. This is died because I unplugged the USB, so let's fire that back up. Alright, things seem to be working okay. Flows look good, everything looks good. Turn this generator back on for a second, we'll do these Washington DC masks, and then I guess we'll be good. All right, sorry about that, viewers. But again, I just do this live stream for data transparency, so that if someone asks, like, what happened in that run, well, I had to stop and take the cover off and see if I had any issues with my flow, but it's all stabilized now. So, anyways. I was just looking at some of the questions. So someone was talking about kind of procedural mask versus surgical mask. There technically is, it's just a common term. The FDA actually, there might be people that don't understand more. I don't think the FDA really technically, I think there's just a common parlance of surgical masks being head tie and procedure mask. I mean, the technical issue is that surgical mask is ear loop, procedure mask, I'm tired, can you tell? So, procedure mask is ear loop, surgical mask is head tie in the medical world. In common parlance, we say surgical mask for all of them. But technically an ear loop mask is a procedure mask, but only in the US do they use that term. So in Europe, and again, maybe that's just an issue with the way we use words, but in Europe that is not the case, I don't think there's a distinction between a head tie version and an ear loop version as being one being a procedure mask and one being a surgical mask. So that's just some weirdness with that terminology. But I didn't spend too much time worrying about that because I don't think we should wear surgical masks or procedure masks. We should wear respirators because we got them. Yeah, let's get this going. Oh, I'm tired. I need to stop doing this. But we'll get this one going. So this is going to be, while we wait for that concentration to stabilize, this is the 218. I don't know what it is, but we're going to call this Free Washington DC mask. And it has an external nose clip, so that's how we'll identify it. And it's a KN95, supposedly. Now, it lacks all the correct labeling requirements of a KN95 per their own standard, but we see this all the time. So we see this all the time, that the mask, so in this case, let me jump over to OBS here. So this mask, enhance. There you go. So it says KN95, no GB2626, just KN95. So that the KN95 standards require that they label the manufacturer name, the model name or the type of mask it is, the standard that is tested against, so GB2626 2006 or 2019, and then the protection level that is offered at KN95. So it's only offering one of the 4 things that needs to be on the mask. So, welcome to the world of masks from countries that don't partly regulate them. All right, well, let's do this thing. 2.383 e to the 4. 2.383 e to the 4. All right, we'll go ahead and don the mask here. Again, some leak in the chin, but we'll just do it as worn. All right, they're calling it 357, 98.5. So not bad. That's a legit mask. Breathability's not bad. Actually, it's not a bad mask. Wish they would correctly label it, but we'll do it again with fix the mask on, just get the final value. But you know, it's legitimate. Not terribly breathable, but not terrible in terms of breathability. I've worn much worse. I recently got some Save Woo Ultras. They are breathable. Makes me wonder how. Yeah, that's the beauty of Save Woos. Wait till if you ever tried the 3M V Flex 9105, you'd feel the same way. Like, wow, this is so incredibly breathable. Why would we wear anything else? And I say that all the time. Yeah, someone said they well before it leaked on their cheeks. Yeah, unfortunately, face fit and face sizing is always a critical aspect to the masks and mask fittings. So we're going to go ahead and call that there at 2.226 e to the 7, 2.226 e to the 7, or e to the 4, 2.26, 2.267 e to the 4. There we go. 98.46. All right, we'll go ahead and we'll repeat that experiment again. This time I'm going to use the fix the mask just to get it sealed nice and tight. We'll get a baseline of what that filtration efficiency of the media itself is, without any, or try to minimize any face leakage as possible using the fix the mask. It is a bigger mask. Highlights again, you can't just give out one mask to people and expect it to work for everybody. 2.087 e to the 4. 0.087 e to the 4. All right. I got 239. $2.39. So good media on the mask. 99.8, 98.85. I think I would have actually passed a fit test on that too. That's just kind of surprising. It felt big on my face, but oh, the nose wires come loose. I'm gonna have to label these, so I'm gonna set them aside for the moment because I need to label that one because otherwise I will forget which mask that is because I have so many random white K95s. Now where did my other mask go that I had? Oh, there. No, it's Draeger. There's that one. There's that one. What did I do with the other mask? With the internal ear loop? Did I drop it somewhere? Where did you go, other Mr. Mask? Okay, I'm going to grab the concentration. Did I put it back in the baggie? No. I had it. Here's the baggie for it. I'll have to find it. I mean, it fell on the floor. Nope, it fell on the floor. Okay, there it is. All right, concentration is 1.955 e to the 4. 955 e to the 4. All right, here we go again. Hook this bad boy up. Do the same things with the internal nose clip. Let's copy this line right here, paste it there. All right, 1.546 e to the 4. 1.546 e to the 4. All right, let's go ahead and don the mask. Feels. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This one may not be legit. All right, jumping around a little bit, call it 978. I don't think this mask is legit. Hurricane A. Uh-oh. Who's our friend that sent this to me? I have to keep this together. All right, Matt, thanks for sending that from DC. I think people are going to have some questions. I'm tired of talking about bad KN95s. Let's get the concentration. Call it there at 1.756 e to the 4. Yeah, 9408. It might be right on the limit. It's hard to say. Let's fix the masket and see what we get. But one mask is very legit, and this one is probably not. It's probably on the border. I would doubt that they would pass a 200 milligram loading test. Alright, 1.755 e to the 4. Oops. 1.755 e to the 4. Call it there at 769. Jumping around a little bit there. 807. Call it 807. 807. Yeah. Doesn't look good to me, guys. Or team, crew. 9504. Maybe it just squeaks by the limit. Definitely not would be my first choice. So I don't know. It's hard to say with this one. I'm going to put these together in the bag from the person that sent me in case there's questions. I'll read what the letter says. The letter says, "Hi Aaron, 2 masks from DC KN95 stockpile for residents, both from Kamoshi KNOSHI KN95 box. More pics in your Twitter DMs. If you have a chance to test it, that would be great. Thanks, Matt." So Matt, I tested them. One is good. One is 95.4. Yeah, it's on the limit. Maybe it barely passes the spec. I don't know. I have a feeling it doesn't, but it's hard to say. We're exactly on the limit. I think that it probably would not pass the 200 milligram loading spec. So that reason alone, 1.548 e to the 4. 48 e to the 4. So I don't know. It's hard to say. Hard to say on that one. All right, let's see what's next on our list of fun masks. Should we find out? Oops. Let's find out if some kids' masks are real. So these are the Brookfield medical masks, which I already know that they're not KF94s. Now, for those that are interested, let me jump over to OBS so I can show y'all. Oops, wrong window. Okay, so this is OBS. Here we go. So you can, let's see. Now it says KF94. It's got some, it's kind of hard to see because the lighting's shite in here, but it's got a bunch of Korean lettering on the stuff. It's Korean lettering on the back as well. So it's all like it's supposed to be a KF94, but then inside the bag is this GB2626-2019. No, that means it's not a KF94. Why do you put the, and then you can say, well, okay, maybe they meant KF94 style, right? So it's like a boat style. They're kind of using the ubiquitous term KF94 because maybe they just don't know. Why would you put Korean on the bag then? Like, God. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So you spend all this time to put Korean on the bag, but then it's not really a Korean mask. And it conforms to the KF94, or it conforms to GB626-2019. It also feels very flimsy. I don't think this thing, oh, let's see what happens. I don't have a lot of faith in this thing. Yeah, I have a feeling these are not. It just doesn't feel like, I feel like there's only like one layer of very thin, I don't know, melt blown in there. All right. Let's see what we get here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put in here so we get to today's date. I just gotta check the name of how you spell this. No, it's Brookwood. Sorry, Brookwood. medical, which they're not really. They're just selling a bunch of random Chinese imported products. I'll put in quotes Kf94. I'll put note. I'll put cert in package says GB2626 2019. So this is a super shady operation already. We'll say it claimed. Well, I don't really want to put KF94 because it's not. I'll just leave it. Alright, let's just see what it is. Boat. I gotta figure out how I actually do as worn. So, it's got penguins on it. Looks like printed. Because we don't have to tell. Ear loops, and the concentration is 1.151 e to the 4. Alright, let's find out what it does. It's a tiny mask, which is good. Okay, so I'm going to have to pinch the nose wire. It has a very weak nose wire, but 1822. Oh my goodness. That's a fake mask right there. That does not conform to the GB2626 standard. So congratulations, Brookfield Medical. You're selling a bunch of kids masks that don't actually protect kids. What a bunch of a-holes. And you can see, I'm just going to cover up my address. You know, I could get a 10% off my order if I share this with friends and family. No, you guys can stop selling a shady product. I'll show the packing slip here. I'm going to hide my address so y'all can't see that, so let me just do that. So you can all see. Let's see. No, I can't see because I'm trying to look at the same time. Yeah, Brookwood Medical. That's what I ordered. There's what I ordered. Kf94 face mask. This mask gets 80. We'll get the upstream concentration here, but yeah, great. Nice job, Brookfield, whatever you are, your random ass crappy masks. Jeez, make my life more difficult. Don't buy crap from China. Face masks from China. No offense to the Chinese, no offense to you even as a nationality, but they need to have some regulation on the products that they're shipping out. So completely junk. Yeah. All right, upstream concentration is going to be 1.191 e to the 4. 1.191 e to the 4. So we got that, yeah, 84.4. I could tell you, I told you, you could tell it's like, it only has like one layer of melt blown in it. It was way too breathable. So, yeah, don't use that for your kids. So I'll probably have to send a tweet out for that one. But we knew it was fake anyway. It had all the clues of a fake mask. Fake crane reading on a map. I mean, just, come on. Maybe we test some real KF94s. Maybe we'll do a real one. Let's do our next batch of fake KF94s. Let me set that right there. So these are someone had sent these in to me as well. SR from Little Rock had sent them in. Well, let's see, Aaron. He said I enclosed 2 of the MaskC Kf94 fish style masks that I messaged you about. I have included pics. Sorry about the quality of the packaging. Only clue is the made in China in very small letters at the bottom of the back. These feel thinner than the Kf94 masks I have, real I think, and work and are I'm not sure what that is, and very breathable despite the good facial fit. The style is consistently better for me as most masks hurt my ears and do not adequately span the distance between my nose and chin. Thanks for all you're doing. Steve from Little Rock, Arkansas. He sent the packaging. If you look on the website for MaskC, you can see this packaging. He included the SKU, and there's no serial number on it, but basically, yeah, the masks, they say they're Kf94, but they're made in China. I guess let's find out what's up. Now, I did try them on quickly before the video, and I noticed that the breathability was quite poor on these masks, so it's usually a sign right away that not a quality product, but breathability can also mean that they put multiple layers of melt blown in there, more than maybe they perhaps needed to get really high filtration efficiencies, but let's find out. All right. Nose wire is very weak. You can tell that just when I preform it for my install. We're going to turn the generator on too for a second as well. I fill this in. We'll wait a second. All right, so this is MaskC Kf94. All right. All right, with that concentration, I was just checking the comments. I don't have the measurements for the 9105S. I gave them all away, and I regret that. I forgot to take a measurement, so I'm not sure how much smaller the 9105S is than that. Oh wow, lots of chip. My glasses rub against my 3M 8210 head strap and break them prematurely. I go through one a day. 8210s just are notorious for that. Check out the Shamat. The Shamat cup mask. It's very similar to the 8210. It has better straps. It might be a better option for you. I was so bummed when I got my order of boat style well before and they leaked on my cheeks. Yeah, the well befores are, historically have been hard to breathe in. So I wouldn't be too bummed. Let's see, some feedback. My aunt, ex-nursing professor, likes the Bluna face fits. Claims it doesn't fog up her glasses. They are nice masks. I also bought some Seibu Ultras. They're awesome for me with my sensory issues, but I wonder if they were able to make it such... I wonder how they use good quality filter media. That's why. I've tested them multiple times, and they're really a high-performing mask. They're not at the 99% level, like some masks are. They're definitely they're cutting to the very low of the spec, but the breathability is so great on it that it's well worth it. And if you can get a good face fit, it's going to be really important. View Chan says there's a particle detector tube actively sucking in air to sample those aerosols. Yes, it sucks at 1.5 liters per minute continuously, so that's how that works. Yeah, not bad. Maybe the 8210 Plus would be better. Have you never tried those? I want to run Costco with a 3M Series 6000 face beats and 2901 cartridges. Yeah, no, I rock the elastomerics. I think elastomerics are great. My goal has been to get people off of cloth masks, and I don't think people rarely go from cloth to elastomeric. So that's great. Never going to stop you from wearing a better mask. Can you use mannequins for face fit? Not really. NIOSH actually has mannequins, but you need like really soft, squishy skin. They have to be like real, like a different style of mannequin. You can buy them, but they're very, very expensive. So not going to be within the scope of my work. I ain't got that kind of money. TA says my button is stamped on the mask. I thought 94s are not supposed to have a stamp. There's no requirement to have a stamp. Some masks we're starting to see more stamping on. In fact, Bluna Face Fit, the Bluna mask, just very recently, I'm just going to get going here, 2.599 E4, 2.599 E4. The Bluna Face Fits recently added a stamping to their mask. So it's not a requirement of the KF94 standard. You're just starting to see it a little bit more because it lets them differentiate their mask to the consumers. Okay, so first thing I got to shorten the ear loops. The ear loops are quite long and quite weak, I will add. Not an amazing mask off the start. It's not uncommon that I have to shorten ear loops though, but they're very dainty. No. Let's see how this does. Ah, dang it. It slipped on me. Ah! Is this my first time trying on a mask or what? Alright. There we go. Okay, so he has a very weak nose wire, like very, very weak. In fact, I will take a note of that right now so I don't forget to type it in there. It's all the way over here to the right. Nose wire, clip length, and stiffness is weak. All right, stabilize at 147. 147, pretty good. 99.43, good job, MaskC. Not very breathable, but it's a legit mask. Now you can compare that to that Brookfield medical mask. Brookfield, you guys are making, I can't, kids' masks are the worst. Oh, God, why would you do that to kids? What's wrong with you as people? Let's see. So Gerald Hughes says, NIOSH certification requires testing on specific ranges of human face sizes on actual people's face. Yes, that you do have to test on certain people. You don't have to do the full NIOSH bivariate panel, though. Again, I'm not an expert in the actual qualification of NIOSH masks. This hasn't been a space I've really explored a ton, mostly because like the government takes care of that for us. So I don't have to be an expert in that. But I was talking to an OG mask nerd, and we were kind of covering and I didn't quite understand all of what was going on. I'll have to follow up with that person exactly what the details of what's required, but what I gleaned from it was that you don't have to do a very wide range, and if you actually introduced, and there's a discussion of having NIOSH reintroduce the bivariate panel requirements to be actually certified as a NIOSH N95, that a lot of masks like the bifolds won't qualify anymore, so there'll be a big headache with that, but that's not going to happen. So 2.533 E to the 4. So 99.43. So good job, MaskC. Not a KF94, but a good mask. Oh, maybe. I guess maybe. I mean, technically it could be. Technically it could be. All right, I'm going to put that back in the pack with the letter in the packaging in case someone asks questions about it later. I always keep everything. All right, let's move on to some good masks. KF94s. Do that good manner. Do that one first. I think that's the one I'm most interested in. I haven't got to test it. I've heard a lot of people talking about it. Very commonly available in Canada from our Canadian friends. Oh, I'm sorry. I just knocked my microphone. I hope I didn't make you guys all go deaf from that. Just getting some test ports out here so I don't have to keep reaching in the bag. Speed this process up a little bit. So we'll do the Good Manner. It's in black. Got a little, oh, damn good nose wire. So that's my first observation. Good job, Good Manner. No adjustable ear loops, so that's going to take a hit, but it is black, which I like. And when I first got my first black mask, I was so excited. It's like, oh, such a cool. Now I'm so spoiled with masks, and I just don't care anymore. Really good nose wire on that. It's a good stiff nose wire. Outer layer has a DuPont hard cell material, and so it keeps that mask away from your face. So good for them. So this is the Good Manner Kf94. It's a Kf94 rated mask. It's boat shaped. It's going to be as worn. For start, we'll do black. It's ear looped. Oops. Let's see how it does. I'm excited. I've never actually even tried this one on yet. I'm just going to wait for that concentration to stabilize for a second. 2.136 e to the 4 or 2.136 e to the 4. Okay, let's go ahead and don the mask. Ear loop's not very strong. We'll do it as worn, and then I'll tighten the ear loops. Breathability is average. You know what, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just going to tighten the ear loop right now. The ear loops are very, very weak. I can feel a leak on the side of my cheek, so I wouldn't normally do that, and I think that without even seeing the data, I could feel it. The ear loops need to be tight and snug, but not so much that they collapse your ear, but I'm excited. Oh, wrong pull. Oh no, I almost lost my slip knot. I was pulling the wrong part of the slip knot. Alright, there we go. We'll tighten it up quite a bit. Alright, there we go. Let's try it out now. Still would like a little bit tighter. Better, much better. Alright, code 3101 is finally stabilized. Took a few minutes there. Holy smokes, 99.85. It's a good mask. The one observation I'll make right away is that the nose wire is excellent on this mask. Good mask. Fits me well. I like it. Good job. Breathability is not amazing, but not bad. I wish I had adjustable ear loops. It'd be much better. So, Good Manner mask. Not surprisingly, my friends in South Korea make a pretty damn good product. And consistently, which is the big thing, not selling fake masks to kids like our friends at Brookfield Medical. And we'll say it's fake because it's not a Kf94. Kf94 is a South Korean standard. You can't test a Chinese test standard and claim it to be that. All right, let's test up this So this is Product Labs Kf94. Oh yeah, very, very familiar design. Yep, I remember these guys. Ooh, good nose wire on that one too. Let's grab that upstream concentration before I forget. Otherwise I'll 2.11 e to the 4. 2.11 e to the 4. So 99.85. Great job, good manner. Good job, my friends in South Korea. You're making great products. Ear loops on this one are very long. Probably expectation that you use a mask clip with this one. Pink color's nice. Not quite my color choice, but... Ow! I just punctured myself with my port. Alright, all sealed up there. Do another one here. So this one's going to be... Wow, good manner. Good job, good manner. That was a really nice fitting mask. The nose wire is really, really good on that good manner. So I got to give them that. So this is the Product Labs. What did I put? Product Labs Kf94 in pink. Kf94, it's boat shaped, it's as worn, it's pink, it's ear looped, and I think I'm going to have to tighten the ear loops up. Oh, I got to open the mask up because it's filtering right now. Give it 15 seconds here to stabilize. All right, call there at 1.752 e to the 4. 1.752 e to the 4. All right, let's rock this thing out. Okay, yeah, ear loops way too short. Oh, good nose wire though. God. I feel like the quality of nose wires and stuff is just improving with time. I wonder if I have any influence on that. I don't know if I do or not, but I'm seeing like significantly as time has gone on. Maybe I'm just self-selecting to better masks, right? But I feel like the nose wire quality is just getting stiffer and better as we go along here. You know, and not just stiffer, not just stiffer because we saw that in the past where it had really stiff nose wire, but they weren't conformable. Very early in the pandemic, mask companies were doing that. Mask company actually that I made a whole video for them about how they can improve their masks. They ended up going out of business in the U.S. That's kind of a bummer. I saw all their equipment on an auction site. I was like, hey, I know that company. Oh, that's all their mask equipment. Guess they went out of business. Well, this fits me really nice. So good manner, and this one fit really well. All right, called there at 144. So not as good as the good manner, but still 99% is really good. I mean, that's awesome. Pretty amazing that the quality on that other one's so good. All right, well, it's a good mask. We'll move on. We're gonna go as fast as we can here. I'm gonna be done at 11 o'clock because I need to go to bed tonight. So one thing I want to do before my last test is I'm gonna pick one of these masks that I think fits me really well. I'll do a full proper face fit. We're gonna do a left, right, bend over. I'll have to double check what the requirement is for the face fit stuff is, but We'll do one tonight. I'm curious myself. Okay, so this is an all guard. Where's this made in? Made in Korea. Okay. There's a discussion on a subreddit, or popular Reddit, whether Kf94s had to be made in South Korea. Everything I understand, it does not need to be made in South Korea. They just the better ones are usually made in South Korea. But, I don't believe there's a requirement that they have to be. In fact, I'm pretty sure that the KF3M Kf94, same as the AFFM, they're exactly the same. I think that's actually made in Singapore. I noticed that on the packaging suddenly. If you look really closely, not all masks say made in Korea. I suspect not all of them are. Oh, upstream concentration, missed it. 1.630 U to the 4. There we go. All right. Good job, Mr. Pink Mask. Oh, what did they do with the packaging for that one? It's a nice mask. All right. Yeah, again, another stiff nose wire here. I got a morning of measuring pressure drops, so I'll do that tomorrow morning. Put the counter away. All right, so what's up next? Next up on our list is the All Guard Kf94. It's a Kf94. It's boat shaped. It's as worn. It's white. It's ear looped. And the concentration, I'm just waiting for it to stabilize. 1.284 U to the 4. 1.284 U to the 4. Alright, go ahead and don the mask here. Ooh. Got a little funky smell to it. Kind of smells, I don't know, not terrible, but I gotta shorten the ear loops as always. Again, the most important aspect with these masks is keeping those ear loops tight. You need it tight to your face. Oh, I might have went too short with them. There you go. All right, color at 86.13. So the All Guard is all good. Nice work, All Guard. You all made a good mask. Adds to the never-ending information that freaking KF94s are so much better than... Oops, I hope I haven't been bugging you with my thing there, but KF94, seriously, rock it out of the park. Robin says, I have some KF94s made in Taiwan. I hope they're legit. I'm not sure. Unless, like I said, here's my rule with KF94s. You need to make sure that they import them straight out of South Korea, so that the waybill means that they went through South Korea. Because when they come through on the import, if they're made in another country, they're going to have to go through the customs clearance, which means they need to present their Korean FDA or MFDS certification, all that process. So once they come into the country, they're a controlled product. Then when they export them again, that control is already built in, so you're never getting a good product. So that's my recommendation. So make sure where you're getting them from, they're coming out of South Korea and then coming to you. Now, whether that's like a Korean beauty products importer like we use with Be Healthy or Collect or these other companies, or you order them straight from G Market, 1.368 e to the 4. 99.35, so, yeah. So there you go, another high quality mask from our friends in South Korea. Nice job. Nice job, my friends in South Korea. Why must you be so good at making excellent masks? You put the world to shame. All right, what's next? Well, I've tested these other ones before, but I guess we'll do the O2 wear. Oh, now they're fancy. They got the O2 wear has the tear on the bottom. Fancy. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Ooh, it's a biggin. It's a biggin. Oh, it's a square brick. Okay, interesting. Ear loops are kind of wimpy, but tight, so they're shorter, so that's good. It's kind of a weird design, but nose wire is a little short and wimpy on this one. It's not wimpy, but it's just moderate to stiff. It's very short though, so I'm probably going to have problems with this mask. Let's find out. Throw it up on the bench here. Okay, so we got 218. Oops, what the heck just happened? We'll go up a couple spots. There we go. So this is the, what was I saying it was again? O2 wear. O2 wear. I guess it's oxygen 2 wear. Okay. Kf94. It's Kf94. Boat shaped. It's as worn. It's white. I even had to bust out to fix the mask yet here. Concentration. Ooh, we're just coming down to the level, but we need to hurry up. 1.212 e to the 4. All right, let's check this bad boy out. Okay, so nose wire not very strong. We got a little leakage there. Yeah, it's like really too short. All right, we're all over the place. I'm going to call there at 5:01. All right, so the nose wire is just leaking. It is like the nose wire is ending like right here on my nose, so it does not go to the full edge of my nose, so that's going to be a problem. I can't believe 53 people are still hanging out here. What are you guys all doing? It's Friday night. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure that brand, Robin. I would be doubtful that those are legit Kf94s, given that the CNS 14774, which is, I believe, a Taiwanese face mask standard. So it may still be legit, but it may not be an actual Kf94. The Seibu Kuro masks, at least the ones I have, do not have the same ear loops as the Ultra. The Ultra has that 7mm ear loop, and oh yeah, once you go to that, it's hard to go back. 1.234 e to the 4. So no, the ones that I've tested do not. So doesn't mean they haven't updated that design, so I guess I can't speak for all of them, but the Kuros that I have had smaller round ear loops. Once you go to those Ultra, that 7mm ear loop, oh, it's hard. It's so hard to go ever back away from that. They're so comfortable. It's one of my favorite masks. I wear it to work every day. All right, so we'll fix the mask this up. 1.121 e to the 4. 1.121 e to the 4. Still getting a leak like right freaking there. I can feel it coming into the mask. All right, call there 95.3. 95.3. All right, so it highlights that mask did not fit me very well. So I did not, just the nose wire is just so freaking short. I need a long nose wire. Now, is that for everyone? Maybe not, but in general, I like stiff, good nose wires. I don't feel like I have a very big nose or a high nose, so I think that's important. All right, last couple left. Oh, don't fall in the toilet. Let me close that so I don't. All right, next up is the Humane Kf94. I tested these in the past. Let's just throw another one up on the board. I lost the top of the mask. Ooh. Comes with a mask clip. So we'll try it both ways. It's a good stiff nose wire on it. So again, it highlights. It's gonna probably do pretty good in my face. It's kind of soft material all around though. Does this? But it's got a little something in the front, so it's not going to collapse. I feel like the collapsing mask problem has gone away. Again, same thing. The company started putting that stiff material on the front liner, and now that problem has pretty much gone away. Dr. Peary still does it, but you know, some people like that really soft mask, so I don't have too much of a problem with the Dr. Peary. It's not my favorite mask in the world, but it does okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot to grab that concentration 1.180 before. All right, let's go ahead and grab this. Paste that. Oh, not paste that. Let's do 02/18/2022. This is the Humane Kf94. I'm gonna put a lot ID in there because I have another one up there. I don't know what that old lot ID was, but let's put this lot ID, which is 94. MWT 20091. More importantly, 2023.09.22. So September of this year, these were made. All right, so it's a KF94. It's boat shaped. It's as worn. It's gonna be white. It's ear loop, but it has a clip that I just dropped. Ear loops. Concentration. Let that stabilize for a second. We're too low. Let's bring the concentration back up. All right, check the comments. Wow, lots of comments. Let's see what we got here. Let's go up to the top where I left off last. Bottom of the front package, someone said this with a lot ID. I don't. Oh, you know what? There it is. There is the lot. Good. Thanks. Greg M. It is there. It's in black on black for the good manner. It's 12/12/21/20 or 12/12/21. Or wait. I can't actually read it. It's like so hard to read. Okay, never mind. 2024-12.12.12. So this is a very fairly new mask. The good manner. But yeah, good call on the lot ID being on the front package. I could not see that there. That's incredible. I don't know why they printed there. It's impossible to see, but so H-Mart, yeah, they stock them. I find that coming inside the cold, I have to manipulate the top and bottom half of the good manner to get it. Yeah, I mean, that, you might find that, especially if you're coming in, it feels different. That's usually a sign of face fit. So maybe you're getting actually a better face fit. I'm going to check my concentration here. It's still coming up a little bit. Let's see. Thanks for the tip. I have some KFN. Yeah, we covered that. How can we leave? Why people last very well. Let's see. The Ultra ear loops are so nice. Yes, they are. Yeah, so the ear loops they use for the candy mask are the standard rope style, though. Yeah, that's what I seem to. That's what Seibu seems to use the rope style for the colored mask, but they use the big wide ones for the. By that work. Robin says, I don't understand how the testing equipment works. Can someone point me to a video where Aaron explains it? It's in one of my videos. I don't remember exactly which one. If you look back to the ones back of about, it would have been around December of 2020. So if you go back to then, you'll be able to find that that video about my test setup. Yeah, you don't need to worry about an oil style. So N is for N95, and N is, I don't know exactly what they stand for, non-oil, I believe. But yeah, basically the P100 masks are for oily conditions. N are for non-oily, but you really don't need anything for COVID. It's a respiratory aerosol. It's going to be mostly sodium chloride, potassium chloride, maybe some COVID in there if the person was infected, and some mucus. So the N-style masks are exactly what we need. What mask have I been regularly wearing? I wear the Seibu Ultra because I go to work. We got good air filtration in that facility, and everyone's vaxxed. We have a 90, so I don't know what the max rate is. It's very high. Not that that prevents infection guaranteed, but like in general, me transmitting to other people is a low risk. So I've been rocking that mostly because I eat and I like to have a little coffee. So pop the mask, take a sip of coffee, put the mask back on kind of situation. So that's nice to be able to do with that ear loop. Aaron, what will be the consideration metrics for wearing masks moving forward? I think that's a question. That's $1 million question. I think that's a question that I don't have an answer for. I'd like to see us wear masks at least until the cases get really, really low and the weather gets a little nicer, and then we can lift the mandates as we go into the summer. It seems to be like other flu and respiratory illnesses. They come in the wintertime, although we did see it in the summer or late in the fall when we saw the Delta, but it seems like in wintertime it's really spiking bad. So I'd like to see us wait a little bit longer. Any recommendations for a mask with a silicone gasket? So P100s usually feature that, so you can try that. There's also the AOK tooling. I think that's what it is, AOK tooling mask. They feature that. I haven't tested it myself. Otherwise, I'm trying to think what else has the silicone. There's other masks out there. There are a few out there that have it. Holly Larson says they have your picture in the Seibu website. Yes, I did hear that. I haven't been on any social media other than Twitter this morning to answer some questions, so I'll have to dig into it a little bit. I saw someone texted me that. Does it, hey, Aaron, you're on the Seibu website. I said, oh, that's usually not good. I mean, they're using my name and my face, which, again, I don't really care so much if they use my public statements about the mask. These are live stream videos. This is public information, so if they want to, if I say it's a good mask on here, then I'm saying it's a good mask on here. You can go ahead and use that as you'd like. 2.618 e to the 4. But in general, like, don't use my face, because these ear loops are like, oh boy. Okay, we're just gonna clip it up right now, because these ear loops are clearly designed for a mask clip. They're super long and very stretchy. I take back my statement about the nose wire. It just like, it's like moderate. It's leaking right at the nose wire. It's just leaking all over the place there. Right here. Well, I don't really feel like playing the we'll just do pinch the nose. So it's going to be pinch nose plus mask clip. And I would not recommend this mask solely for the nose wire alone. All right, color at 70.86. So 99.74, but the nose wire is garbage on that mask. So it highlights Kf94's filter media is good, but the mask does not seal very well. Johnny says, I couldn't get a good seal with the AOK mask. Worst fitting N95 I've tried. Yeah, I mean, I haven't tried them, so I guess I'm just trying to think of ones that have silicone masks, so thanks for sharing that, Johnny. Yeah, Soft Seal, that's another mask. Good call there, CJ. The Soft Seal is another brand of masks that have like a really soft, puffy silicone layer inside, which might help with face seal issues as well. Let this stabilize and then we'll move on. Maybe we got one left. Nope, we got this. We got the Flo Mask, and then we're done. All right, 2.834 either 4. 2.834 either 4. All right, 99.74. So filter media is good. I don't think that mask is really made that well. Sorry, Heel Made. I think your mask kind of sucks. The nose wire is not long enough and it's not very stiff. And if you're like me and you have a moderate nose bridge, that's not going to work so well for you. So you're just proving again that you can just test Kf94s all frickin' day long. The Filtzen, we've tested this in the past. Let's do it again. Yeah, this is just exactly just like the Dr. Peary. Now they include the mask clip with this one as well, and the ear loops are quite long. Actually, not that long. We'll test it. Let's rock it. Let's do it. And then we'll move on to the Flo Mask. Then we'll do a proper fit, and then it'll be bedtime for me. Then I'll put all this done, and I think this is going to be my last mask test for a while. I don't really think like there's much left out. Oh, good nose wire on that one. Oh, beautiful. I need to tighten that up just a little bit more. So this is the same as the last Filtzen I tested. There we go. Just making sure that the thing's all sealed on there. There we go. Looks much better. What do I do with that mask clip? Just right there. It's clear and plastic, so it's hard to see. Let me just feel what this is like. Yeah. Oh. Huh. Ear loops are a little short, so I'm going to start with a shortened ear loop, and I bet you I can get pretty good results with the old Filtzen here. Very much like a Dr. Peary. Same material. Nose wire is maybe, I would actually argue the nose wire is better than a Dr. Peary. So if you like Dr. Peary's, but you don't like the nose wire on Dr. Peary's, this might be a good alternative. It just doesn't have adjustable. Maybe I'm too much of a persnickety person about those adjustables, but once you try like the LGs and the Blunas with those adjustables, it's kind of hard to go back. All right, so let's go ahead and grab this paste. This is the Filtson Kf94. We'll put the lot ID. Lot, just because I'll have another one in here. This is a later lot. This is 2023 08 14, 2023.08 .14, and then I'll put the other info, which is SS 2H 20H 376 133, and then we'll say plus shorten ear loops. Kf94, it's boat shaped. Oops, boat shaped. We're going to say as worn plus shorter ear loops. It's black actually. It's an ear loop. The current concentration is 2.0223 e to the 4. 2.023 e to the 4. Let's go ahead and try it out here and see how it works. I get mask collapse, so I'm going to note that in there right here. I haven't had a mask collapse in so long. I don't even do that category very often anymore. Oh, what happened to this? All right, called it 134. 134. So again, just shorten those ear loops up. I got just pretty dang good operation there at 99.34. You know, it just highlights, like, you know, Kf94s are really good. You know, we better do this just to make people happy to see. I think there's a lot of people that have been mining my data sheet, which I don't necessarily agree with. I mean, it's mine it away. I'm not saying don't mind it. I'm saying that, like, some people are like, oh, this mask got 99, but this mask got 98. And it's like, well, I might not have been like, oh, I need to test, like, what is the maximum filtration of this mask? Because, like, 99.3 versus 99.5, does it really matter? It highlights that the mask is really good from a filtration standpoint. So, but that's okay. So maybe we'll test it some other way, but I think we'll just leave it. It's good enough. Right. Concentration, just waiting for it to stabilize. Call it there 2.042 e to the 4. 2.042 e to the 4. All right, so 99.34. So another high performing Kf94, which highlights frickin' Kf94's best damn mask out there. In terms of filter media ear loop style, I mean, N95s are good too, but just don't buy K95s. Okay, last up we got the Mask. This is the Flo Mask. Now this is a proto. I think they're ready to launch it. He sent it to me for review here, and I'm kind of interested in it. So let's check it out. I'm going to use I'm kind of in between sizes. I don't quite fit the large, and the small medium is good too. I kind of was playing with it a little bit more. I had maybe the tension too high, and so I was kind of felt like it was too tight. But you know, Now he sent 2 different style filters. One is what he calls the everyday filter, which has around, he said, 95%, and a like better filter. So there's the everyday, and then there's like a better filter. So let's try it out here today and see how it works. Now the first thing I can notice right away is that the filtration, I mean not the filtration, but the breathability of the. Okay, so the other thing I gotta figure out is how I adjust this strap here. Okay, so that doesn't make it any looser. So how do I make it looser? Oh, maybe I wasn't supposed to do that. So let's try it like this. Okay, like that. Okay, I think I did the strap wrong. Okay, well, that maybe makes a little bit more sense. All right, let's try this bit. So I'm just gonna try it on for tension. Okay. I kind of have to set the strap. So I was kind of playing with it. I think I had the strap way too tight because I was kind of like, I don't know, just kind of going overboard, I guess. Oh. Straps are a little, I mean, just a little hard to see what I'm doing. Oh, wrong way, wrong way. There we go. I'm going to loosen that strap up a little bit. It's a little bit less tension. That was better. Okay. Alright, so got the strapping set. And let's do the everyday. So the everyday is I think it's the same, similar material that they use with the kids mask. We'll see how, but it's adult size this time. Alright, I gotta get this. How do I get this thing out? There we go. Okay, so I click the outer thing off. You have the shell. It's got this like nice soft silicone mold. So it's like almost, it's basically an elastomeric respirator. I'll set the filter media in there. Make sure it's all set in there correct. Oh, I just bumped it. Okay, well that's kind of a little bit of a hassle because I kind of like got to sneak it through the head straps there. Maybe I got to practice this a little bit more. Maybe I should do it a different way, but okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Let me just make sure that straps on good. Breathability is really good. Huh, really good breathability. I don't know if I'm getting a leak there or not. It's kind of like the in-row, or I think I have too much tension on the bottom strap here. Let's let this one out a little bit. Still too much. I think my only complaint would be that I'd like to see just a little bit. There we go. I'd like to see a little bit more. The silicone is like really soft, but it almost feels like too soft. He did include a little foam gasket. Let's put that in there too. So there's like a little foam gasket that they include. You use on the inside to collect condensation, but he said that it helps firm that up a little bit. So here's this little foam gasket. Let's stick that in there. He said that if it's a condensation collector, because elastomeric respirators in the wintertime will. I think he was thinking I was going to wear this thing out around town. Elastomeric respirators can condense moisture on the plastic. And so, this was their idea. And then I think you just tuck it into the seal location. So I think what that effectively does, not only does it capture moisture, but by having it in there, it provides a little bit of like, I wouldn't say necessarily compliance, but it just has like, the foam kind of stiffens up that material. All right, so there we go. Got all set up. So let's get the concentration and we'll get going. 1.274 e to the 4. 1.274 e to the 4. All right, let's go ahead and don the mask. Now I will notice that the breathability of the everyday filter is pretty dang good. Maybe I need to wear the large. I can feel it leaking right there. Like my nose just does not. Yeah, there's like a little tiny leak right there. I'm saying, right there in the valley of my face. So maybe let's try the large. I'm getting a little leak there. I can't get the leak away, so I'm not going to fault them on that. They did provide 2 sizes, so I should just switch to the other side. Oh, that was stupid. We just knocked the filter just fell off. Okay, so I think this black casing can be used on the other sides here. So let's see. Now maybe I didn't have the medium large. Maybe. Oh no, maybe I had in the wrong. Maybe I tried them both on quickly, but I think these are the same, aren't they? I think the plastic piece is identical. Yeah, it's identical. So I don't need to swap the head straps over. Okay, I'm being stupid apparently. Okay, so there we go. Make sure I've got the right size. They look the same to me. Oh no, that's definitely bigger. Okay, so did this one not fit? Maybe I was wearing the large the whole time. Okay, so I was wearing. I think I mixed them up. I was wearing the large. Ha! Duh! I put them in the wrong bag. Okay, so that explains that. Durr. Pay attention, Aaron. When you take it out of the bag. I mean, they're visibly different in size. I don't know why I did that. So I wasted all your time, and I wasted some of my time. Now I want to hurry up and finish up with this test, so then we can do the proper full-on face fit. I'll do the whole motion range test, and we'll see how I hold up in each test. Yeah, it's much better. Okay. All right, now I got to grab the filter that fell onto the floor. There we go. I'm going to disconnect the tube because it's going to make this easier. I'm going to set the mask on my knee. Make sure the backing's all good. Okay. Oh, let's do the other housing. I assume the housings are the same for both masks. I may make the wrong assumption, but I think he's a good engineer, so that would save cost to use the same housing. So I guess we'll find out. Yes, it appears that is the case. All right. Try this again this time. Let the concentration stabilize. We're just at the bottom end of this, so let's get this going here. 1.128 e to the 4. What did I say? 1.128 e to the 4. Okay, now let's try this again. Much better. I feel like I still have too much tension here. I don't know. I feel like I get a leak right here. Let's do this. Let's go with the other filter. Because I can't really tell. It's the only challenge of this is I can't tell if I have a good nose seal because it just doesn't feel normal. I don't normally test elastomeric, so I'm used to. So let's just swap to the other, to their like, what they call it, their performance or something like that filter. Let's switch to the other filter. We'll start with the higher end filter. Then I can tell if this thing's fit in my face or not. It has a little bit more pressure drop, which makes it a little easier to tell. He says you got to make sure the dot is on the outside. Okay, got the dot on the outside. It's a directional filter, he said. So let's go. Okay, there you go. I'm just gonna install it here and just see how well it fits. This is the problem with masks, is they gotta fit your face. I just don't feel like this one works very well for me. Okay. Maybe it's just the filter. I still feel it right there on exhalation. Okay, so I think as good as it's gonna get. We'll start with the higher filter. It's a little easier actually to tell if it's fitting well with the better filter on. So let's we'll kick it off here again and then see what's going on. Might have to kick the generator on. So this mask, just like right here in the valley of my nose, like right there, it just does not have much pressure on it. I don't know why that is. Give it a few seconds here, just right at the limit here. So I think we're like in the 99 range, so that's still pretty freaking good. I'm a perfectionist. 1.032 e to the 4. 1.032 e to the 4. Okay, let's get started. Oh, not that number, Aaron. 1.032 e to the 4. There we go. All right, so we're going to see how it does, and we'll maybe test it with a little bit of a nose pitch. Oh, the little foam insert came out. I think the one change I would make is like make that insert like stay in the channel. It doesn't want to stay in there. There it is, in there now. Okay, now stay. I think there's some improvements that could be made. Or I call it 110. 110 particles per cc. At 98.93. So that's pretty dang good. We'll try it again with the other everyday filter. I noticed that the pressure drop is a little bit higher than the definitely noticeably higher than the everyday. The everyday is actually quite low, so we'll see how it stacks up there. Yeah, I mean, I think 98.93 is pretty good for an as-worn condition. I think I'm still getting like a tiny leak right in the valley of the nose bridge. It feels like they just need a little bit more stiffness there. So it's going to be a little bit dependent on your nose still with that mask. Let it stabilize. I think we're going to have to kick the generator on. .74. Just below 10,000. 94.74. All right, so 98.89. I think that's really good as worn. Let's just carry on quickly here with the other filter, and then we'll move on. I think I might have pinched that filter in there a little bit too. So maybe all right, here's the or the everyday filter. Everyday filter. I think they call it everyday, not technology or something. It's like advanced and everyday or something. Okay, clicked it on there. Looks good from the outside. Looks good for. Oh nope, I screwed up. Oh, how do I get this thing loose? If I had a table and I was working on a table, this would be a little easier. The backing came loose there. All right, there we go. There we go. Clicks it in. Nice. Good on there. All right. Let's try it out. Do this quick. So this is the everyday filter. Stabilize here for a second. Yeah, let's turn the generator on. We're too low. All right, let's head to the comments section. Wow, it's almost 11 o'clock. I gotta finish this up here. Oh, lots more comments. Sandy just says, I watch a lot of Aaron's videos, still wondering if any kids Kf94 masks lean towards smaller adult size, and it might be good for petite lady space. Yeah, they actually make a variety of sizes. If you look at one of my videos back from March, they make these masks in large, mediums, and small, so you can find one that works for your face size for the Kf94 space. So that's one option. Is melt blown filter superior to nanofiber filter? Yes. Or is it about filtration? No, the melt blown is better than nano filters. I have yet to find a nanofiber filter that exceeds melt blown. So most minimum part. Okay, so I think it's an interesting discussion. So this discussion about the MPPS, most penetrating particle size. Actually, for electrostatic filters, the most penetrating particle size ends up being actually around 70 nanometers, which is exactly where I'm testing. And that's because what you find is that the changes in the fiber diameter and sizing that's happened over the period of time with electrostatic media and the high electrostatic charge ends up changing that a little bit than traditional just mechanical only filtration. So mechanical only filtration with no electrostatic charge is 0.3 micron, but I'm just going to go up here like 20,000 before we go. We'll turn it off. What was I saying? I'm tired. It's bedtime. Yeah, zero point 0.3 micron mechanical only filtration. There is some data out there. If you Google and I have it in one of my videos where I pull up some examples of the melt blown used for electrostatic or respirators, and it's around 70 nanometers actually is where the peak filtration is. So it depends on the mask style. The Kf94 uses 0.4 micron, but that's by mass. So 0.3 by mass and 0.4 by mass. Diameter. Kf94 uses a paraffin oil, which is very difficult to filter. It does not behave well to the electrostatic charge. So typically with electrostatic charges, you're relying on forming what's called a mirror charge. So you need a material that has slightly ionic characteristics, and nonpolar materials like paraffin oil don't form a very strong mirror charge. And what we find is that they're harder to filter with electrostatics. So that's why Kf94 has always performed so good in this test and in NIOSH tests, is because of that paraffin oil selection. So that's why you're always getting 99% of the NIOSH, because in the paraffin oil test they're getting 95, 96, 97. But when you switch to sodium chloride, it's much easier to pass. Yes, the Air Queen as well got between 90 and 97. It seems like they had a lot of variability in their product. The one I happened to be testing has consistently tested. It was like at 90 and it's slowly dropped off over time. So I don't know. It's probably getting damaged over time from so many rewears. All right, so we'll let the concentration stabilize and we'll test the everyday filter on this Flo Mask. It's nice, but I think the challenge with any mask is you got to make sure it fits your face, and so I wish there was some face scan technology. That would be great to know exactly what you need. Just lots to talk about. Blunas and saving. All right, I think we're stabilized here. Let's take a look. Yep, 2.416 U to 4. 2.416 U to 4. All right, let's see what happens when we rock the same mask, same test conditions with the everyday filter. Now, I can't guarantee you exactly what the filtration efficiency of the filter media is. Although Kevin did send it to me, I just have to look at it. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think this mask was like 95% or 93% or something like that. They're actually all they tested to the NIOSH test standard on this, so. Yeah, I just get like a little tiny leak right there. It doesn't feel my valley of my nose. $14.75. I called it a $14.75. Jump around a little bit, so I'll take the mean value. $14.75. So 98.389. So that's pretty good. The breathability is really good. Almost probably, I'd have to say almost V-Flex levels of breathability. So pretty dang good for the everyday filter. But that's good. They got some couple options. I mean, you got 98.89, so 99%, and then 93%. So pretty dang good. Maybe just like them to see 95%, then it'd just be that magic number. But maybe I'm just being, and it might actually be at 95%. I think I might have a little bit of leakage, right? I can feel it just right here. Reading some of the comments. KF99s do exist. Is it written in the standard? I haven't found any though. Mostly because I don't think 2.44 e to the 4. Yeah, so 93.94, so that's pretty good. All right, so I'll disconnect that. Okay, so we got 6 minutes left. I'll do one last test. I'm going to we'll find the mask that fit me the best, and I'm going to do a full-on fit test, including left head turn, right head turn. Actually, let me quickly check what the... Oh, someone messaged me. Oh, my wife's texting me. Let me see. Let's see. Mask. Let's see. NIOSH, or let's see. OSHA fit test motions. Just trying to figure out what my motion requirements are. Fit test protocol. Yeah. Okay, so we got normal breathing, standing position without talking. Deep breathing, standing position without talking, breathing in slowly and deeply. Turning head side to side. Standing position slowly, turning head to side to side. Okay, then nodding up and down. Then talking. Okay, well, I'll have to figure out how. Maybe I'll just do the turning side to side. I won't be able to do all of these because how am I going to collect that data? Let me finish this up real quick, and then let me see how I'll do that. So I'm going to take the mask that I wore as worn. So that was the good manner. All right, let's do good manner. And we're going to do good manner. So I did the seated position already. So we already did that one. We have that. So let's redon the good manner mask. I'm going to do left-right head motion. Okay, and then I'll do left-right heading motion, and then we'll do another test. We'll nod up and down, and then I'll do another test where I'm talking. I'm not going to do the bending over, jogging in place, but I think we're supposed to grimace for one of these two. Okay. So let's do this. So this is the we're going to do the good manner. Kf94. Left, right, head motion. Okay. Or boat. So 1.934 e to the 4. All right, so don the mask. I'm going to support the tube with my hand, so it's not weighting the mask. And we're just going to do left-right head motion. All right, called it 107.5. 107.5. Okay, I'll take the mask off, do an upstream concentration. Now I'll do the next test. Next one is nodding up and down, so I'll do the nod up and down. Let me divide by 0. How are we dividing by 0? No, because I have a period in front of that, that's why. Alright, 99.44. Okay, so we're still good. Alright, let's see here. Alright, 1.942 e to the 4. 1.942 e to the 4. Okay, so let's do it again. Give it a second here. 1.900 e to the 4. Okay, let's go ahead and don the mask, and I'll now do the up-down motion test. Okay, so I'm going to support the tube so that's not putting weight on the mask. And y'all are watching. Let me just check my OBS studio. Yep, I'm within shot. Here we go. So. All right, call it at 165.7. I'm getting a little dizzy. 165.7. I'm not sure how fast you're supposed to do it, but we definitely saw a reduction there. We'll take the mask off. Then I'll do talking. I'll read the rainbow passage. And then we'll do bending over. And then we're done. And we'll see, so you can tell that the mask still fit me pretty dang well through some simulated motions. All right, 1.838 e to the 4. Okay, so that's going to be this thing. But this time it was up down. All right, let's get the concentration again. 1.836. Okay, down the mask. I'll let it stabilize here for a second, and then I'll read the rainbow passage. All right, so here it goes. I'm going to read the rainbow passage. When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act as a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division of white light into many beautiful colors. These take the shape of a long, round arch with its path high about and its two ends apparently beyond the horizon. There is, according to a legend, a boiling pot of gold at the end. People look, but no one ever finds it. When a man looks for something beyond reach, his friends say he is looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. The rainbow passage is used as part of the fifth exercise talking. It's short and phonetic. Oh, phonetic. Okay, so we're done. 219.7. Sorry, I didn't realize I was done with the rainbow passage. And then it went to the next. It went to the next thing. So it must take most people around 30 seconds to read that. So okay, so we got 98.80. So I think we're probably not going to pass a fit test with this officially, because I think I got like 99.8. So we're just like right at the edge of a failing the fit test with an ear loop mask, which is not. It's pretty incredible actually if you look at the range of motion that I'm getting. So let that stabilize for a second here. Let's copy and paste. Let's read Rainbow Passage. So you guys can see this happening live, and you can see that some people are ear lops. What about ear loops? Some people have said that my test is fake, and I'm faking all the data, even though I live stream everything, even though all the data is transparent. They say, well, maybe it's just this. Maybe this is just it's all fake, whatever. And this is for the haters. 1.654 e to the 4. 1.654 e to the 4. Okay, the last one I will stand up and I will do up down. Okay. I'm going to just do stand up and I'm going to go down. You probably are going to see me out of focus, so I'm going to step a little back and we'll do it. Okay, here we go. 1.584 e to the 4. There we go. I gotta. What? So am I supposed to just bend over once, or what is this supposed to be? Let me just check. I gotta check the. Okay, so bending over. Bend at the waist as if to touch the toes. Okay. Am I stay at that position? Okay. Maybe I have to do it multiple times. I'm starting to get dizzy here. I'm not sure how much. I've never actually done an actual fit test, believe it or not. I'll watch a video. I should watch a video how they do it. Okay, well now I'm thoroughly dizzy. 93.11 was what I got at the end of that. 93.11. I don't feel like that was a very difficult test. Definitely the test of looking left to right seemed to be the hardest, or the talking test. Give it 10 seconds here. Oh, I think fit testing is totally unnecessary. So Johnny said, why are we focusing on fit testing? We don't really need to focus on fit testing. I think people had questioned whether my data was not realistic because everything was done at the seated position, and that these masks, once you move, would immediately fail, and everyone, yeah. So we'll just test. I mean, it's a fair point. No harm in making a statement like that. So we'll just show people that... I don't. To be very clear, I don't think there's anything wrong with going to a fit test. I wish we had like a really cheap, super effective method, right? That didn't require specialty equipment. You could just do it at your home. That would be amazing. But we don't. Let me grab that concentration before I forget. 1.472 e to the 4. 1.472 e to the 4. All right, so there we go. I think I might have passed a fit test if I have the numbers right. All right, there we go. So 98.74 to 99.45. Well, let's go up to the good manner what I did it. So 99.85 is what I got statically. So I passed a fit. I might have failed it. I don't know. Pretty dang close. I'm pretty close to 100 fit factor of 100 there. Assuming that 99.89 is the highest value, and they're not, that represents no face seal leakage. It probably does. So I think. Oh, put the wrong mask away. So I think that at least it's pretty dang high. So it's not just a static seating position issue. All right, we'll pull that mask off of there. Let's see. I got 5 minutes, or I'm going to bed at 11. So 11:07. So let me just see. Thanks for everyone hanging around for a couple hours tonight, talking masks. Anyone have any questions? Throw them up now, and then I'll call it a night. And then this might be the last video for a while. I'm gonna take a break. I got other things to work on. I got a lot of house projects I need to fix up. It's been a crazy last couple months. I've never been busier in my life, but I felt like hopefully my wife agrees that it was worth it. Test a bunch of masks, maybe change the world a little bit in a positive way. Hope so. And then I'm just gonna pile up my masks here. All right. Anyone got any questions really quickly? Let's see. Are there places where regular people can get a fit test? Yes, you can actually. So there are companies that do fit tests that there's a couple things you can do. One, you can buy a nebulizer. There's some work out there by, I can't remember the person's name. I think JJCJ might know who that is. They're like the person that was doing that testing with the nebulizer. That's an option. Otherwise, you can actually go, if you look to who does the foot testing for hospitals, so just Google like hospital respirator fit testing and find a company nearby you. They contract that out. They'll do that for you. You just need to bring the mask with you that you want to try. Usually costs 50 to 100, but it's probably going to cost maybe $100, and they'll do a proper fit test. I wouldn't get too worried if you're only at like 90, a fit factor 90 or 50, or maybe even as low as 25 or 10. All those are pretty good. 10% fit factor of 10 is 90%. Fit factor of 100 is 99% type protection. So definitely can do that. If I was a person, yeah. If I was a person that was like critical that I had a face mask that fit me because everyone's going to start taking masks off, I'd probably consider that. Yes, the nebulizer with the military procedure. Yeah, so you can use a nebulizer. If you, I think that's kind of getting Googleable now. If you Google like nebulizer face mask filter testing or face mask fit testing, you might be able to find it. Yeah, it's gonna be in the 40s here in Minneapolis on Sunday. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Wash a car maybe. My car needs a wash. Yeah, if you have any questions, otherwise I'm gonna go to bed. So this will probably be the last one for a while. I'm going to move all this stuff back in the basement. It's going to stay down there for a while. I don't feel like there's a ton of masks that I need to test. I feel like a lot of the stuff that we've covered. Kf94s, as always, are great. N95s are great. KN95s, I'd probably pass on them at this point. As availability comes up, I'm probably just going to eventually say, you know, there's select KN95s, but I'm kind of bummed at, like, Bonafide Masks still hasn't shipped in a lot of their masks, so... you know, they're trying to do, they weren't like a bad company trying to do people harm, but they just didn't run their business well, which I think there's better businesses out there at this point. So the paper is at the end of that section. You might not be able to paste a link in here, JJCJ, in case you're trying to. It might reject it because I had to turn that off because of the spammers that were coming in here and posting crazy links to all kinds of stuff. If JJCJ is who I think it is, I think I know who you are. Maybe we could just post a link in my... Maybe we should put it in my FAQ. And I should finish that someday. So let me think about how to do that. Anyways, last call for questions. Otherwise, I'm going to go to bed. Give it 30 seconds here because I know there's a gap from when I say it to when I see it on the screen here. So... but I have confirmed that you all are frickin' mask nerds because it's 11:30 and you guys are hanging out at night. Yeah, Octatario, no problem. I'm glad you could join us right here at the end. There'll still be more videos probably and stuff like that. I'm just tired. Whew. All right, well. Thanks, mask nerds. You guys are all super nerds for hanging out on a Friday late night doing this, but we finished it out strong. We've covered the gambit of a variety of masks. I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to go, hopefully the weather cools back down so I can go ride my fat bike and take a little, have a little fun here. So thanks everybody for hanging around, and I don't know. Maybe catch you on the next video. Hopefully this is my last testing, but I've been said that so many times and been so wrong. I don't even want to say it. It's like saying the pandemic's over. That this is the last variant. Everyone gets hosed up on that. So yeah, I'm gonna go tonight. Maybe we'll have another video. Maybe this will be the end one. Who knows? Only the future will know. All right, thanks everybody. Catch you later.